The annual International Fight Week pay-per-view has become a summer ritual for fight fans. UFC 290 is fully stacked from top to bottom as there are 2 title fights in that event. Well, in this video, we will be focusing on some fights and prospects that you should not miss this weekend. Robert Whittaker is 25 wins 6 losses overall with 13-2 record in his last 15 fights. Both of those losses happened against Israel Adesanya in championship bouts. Whittaker will get to fight the last style bender for the 3rd time if he beats Dricus du Plessis at UFC 290. Well, the betting odds are in his favor. It's mainly because of his amazing portfolio, which includes wins over fantastic fighters such as Yoel Romero, Jared Cannonier and Marvin Vettori. All 3 of those are famous for their incredibly powerful strikes, so not getting KO'd by any of them is a great achievement. It also means that Whittaker is very unlikely to get put to sleep by his opponent at UFC 290. Dricus du Plessis is a former EFC and KSW champion whose overall record is 19 wins 2 losses. Since joining the UFC in 2020, he is 5-0 with 4 finishes, which is what earned him the place in the UFC middleweight title eliminator bout. However, not many believe he's good enough to be considered as a possible title challenger, even though he has beaten all of his UFC opponents so far. Another thing that going against him is that the fighters he defeated are nowhere near his next opponent in terms of quality. Well, whoever wins this fight would get a chance to fight Israel Adesanya later this year. It's a highly important matchup for both men. At number 10 in the lightweight rankings, Turner is not far off from the immediate title mix if he bounces back here in impressive fashion. It's easy to see Turner back in the cage against someone as high as a Beneil Dariush or Rafael Fiziev. Turner is still 28 years old, so as long as he can keep making the weight, his lightweight future looks bright. As for Hooker, his recent skid largely eliminated him as a title challenger. The only way to get his name back in the title mix is to build a win streak over ranked foes, meaning this bout is a great opportunity for him. Upsetting Turner would prove that Hooker has more left in the tank than most think. Woodburn will replace injured Treshon Gore on 5 days notice to fight rising star Bo Nickel. Woodburn is also undefeated with a record of 7-0 with 5 stoppage wins. Woodburn is the middleweight title holder for Combat Night, which is a Florida regional promotion. Nickel, on the other hand, exploded onto MMA Spotlight in 2022 when he won 2 consecutive fights on the same season of Dana White's Contender Series. In March, Nickel made his promotional debut at UFC 285 when he submitted Jamie Pickett in just under 3 minutes. If we talk about the betting odds of this fight, then Nickel is a huge favorite with minus 2500. Former welterweight champ Robbie Lawler makes his final walk to the octagon, scaring off with the hybrid Nico Price. The 41 years old Lawler capped a fairy tale return to the UFC by claiming championship gold at UFC 181 and his UFC 189 epic battle with Rory McDonald. Price is a kill or be killed fighter holding a 7-win 6 losses record with 2 no contests in the UFC, with only 2 of those fights going into the distance. Surging welterweight contender Jack Della Maddalena makes his 2nd start of the year, stepping in with short notice replacement Josiah Harrell. Jack Della Maddalena kept things rolling with the first round stoppage wins over Randy Brown at UFC 284 in his hometown of Perth. The 24 years old Harrell steps in for Sean Brady, sporting a 7-0 record with each of his victories coming inside the distance. Jack Della Maddalena is also a huge favorite to win this fight with minus 1000. Unbeaten flyweight standout Tatsuro Taira meets Dana White Contender Series alumni Edgar Caires in catchweight bout. Taira was ready to face Clearson Rodriguez a couple weeks back, but when his opponent came in overweight for the 2nd straight fight, the bout was scattered. Now 23 years old will look to maintain his record by stepping in with Caires, who pushed Clayton Carpenter early in their meeting last summer at UFC Apex and has earned consecutive submission victories since that contest. He's also minus 1000 favorite to win this fight. That's all folks. If you like the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stick with the channel for more fighting related videos.